Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Play Dual Universe. So we have a cool intro here. Let's watch it, and we'll be back in a sec.
I remember like it was yesterday. The panic, the hysteria, and then the acceptance. Acceptance that Earth was going to be destroyed, and our only grim consolation was that there was nothing we could do to stop it. The neutron star collided, and millions of years of our history got wiped out in an instant. That's why they developed the Rebirth Project. Everyone on Earth fighting for survival, and a lottery among the fittest to see who gets to live thousands of light years away. I won, and that's why I'm here on this Ark ship. I'm a pioneer, one of millions, and our job will be to rebuild civilization in this new solar system. I've been frozen for the entirety of the trip, and now I'm ready to embark on my journey. Our journey.
Our journey. Keep that in mind. This is a game about our, not you. How epic is that? Boom. Welcome to Dual Universe. Okay, so this is the character creator, editor, because I already have my character created because I already logged in, but we're kind of piecing it together. So basically, you log in, you watch the cinematic, you make your character, which is the same options here. And my name is Kane Spaceheart, by the way. And so our skin tone here, you can select whatever you want. Clearly, I went all crazy at one point with this, and I have no clue what I was doing. I don't even know if I can even select a skin tone again. I don't think, oh, maybe. It's hard to do it, to be fair, but there you go. And then you went a little crazy on my primary color, so let's see if we can adjust this a bit to make it a little nicer looking. Let's go with that gray. Secondary, let's do like a lighter gray maybe. Oh, I like the whiter actually on that. And then the details, let's go for something a little more fun there. Green, yeah, better than the other one. We can go with pink on this one maybe. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I actually like that. Okay. Now you can't switch your gender. The only thing different from the character creation is basically you can change your sex, male or female. I picked female. I thought I could change it, to be honest. I guess you can't now. But that's fine. And I thought I'd show you that, and there you go. And then basically you come into the game, and then a tutorial plays. But you know what the cool part it is? They let you reset the tutorial right here by just, whoa. Oh, look at this. You can really look on the back of these guys. Hello. So we can just click this. I think you hit F. There you go.
Welcome to Alioth, Novian. I am Ophelia, the Ark ship
Ophelia?
AI. I will assist you in your first steps, seeing as you just woke up from an extended cryosleep period. Keep an eye on the chat window in the lower left part of the screen. It contains a transcript of what I say, with important information about which keys to press.
Ooh.
There is a button, near the window, that you can use at any time to replay this tutorial in the future.
Okay.
I have marked it with a green waypoint. You can also abort the tutorial by pressing the abort key at any time, but this is not recommended.
I won't do it then.
You have much to learn after your long cryo sleep. To start with, let's make sure your motor skills are not affected.
Okay.
Simply head towards the green waypoint behind the stairs using
Wow.
the movement keys.
Okay, that was crazy. So there you go. Hello.
Very good. Now, let's try the jump action.
Whee!
You are in perfect shape. Great.
Oh, you got a bit of a
Let's try
jump.
your headlight, which is very useful in dark areas.
L key. Okay.
Press the headlight key twice to turn it on and off.
I want to turn it on and keep it on. Look how bright it gets. Has a really good distance to it too, which makes sense because it's a big
Now,
world.
take your time to look at the world around you through the glass.
I'm
panes.
loving it. Oh, what is
This
this?
gigantic planet is all yours to conquer, as well as the many other planets in the system. You are free to shape the world as you see
Is that a player
Build an
owned
empire,
one?
explore the vastness of space, create a trade federation or a pirate alliance, or live
there's something over
secluded
there
on a
too.
forgotten moon. There are no rules here.
Wow, the
except
players are
for the
already
one you make
building.
for yourself.
That's
When you
amazing.
are ready, follow the waypoint and look through the marked window.
Okay, we'll do that in a second. So, what's going on here is Dual Universe is a metaverse. I'm going to let you know straight away that a metaverse, in computer terms here, I'm not going to define metaverse, but basically pretend it's like a virtual universe where, you know, everyone does everything in it. You create, it's a sandbox, obviously. So you create, you know, cities, towns, things like that done by the players. So I can't tell you for sure. I see the store there. It might be, you know, run by the game itself. This actually might be a player-owned one. I really don't know. I don't know much about the game yet. But the idea is that players could build, you know, these fancy cities, everything else, and then you can go visit them, buy things from them, join them, be part of their thing, build a city together, build ships, hover vehicles, fly into space, build space stations, go to war with others, you name it. Basically, the players are kind of the ones building everything and doing the kind of the heavy lifting in a good way, and the universe will develop and expand over time. The developers will add, you know, more core features. You know, they added mining, they added building, they added crafting, things like that, right? Eventually, they'll add more tools into the game. So they're going to add things like the ability to create like a mission system. I forget the term they were using for it, but the idea is you could say, oh, you could have somebody come and, you know, fly this ship to this point or do this and that. And so basically, it's almost like a mission editor within the game, which would be amazing to see down the road. And I've seen that in MMOs. In some ways, it's the game's like Landmarks, but not in a bad way where it's probably going to... No, I'm going to say this game... No way this game is going to die after a year or two. But, yeah. Oh, look at this ship coming. I want to see it. Come on, come on. I wonder if there's a zoom button. I don't know the keys yet, so... Hello, hello. It's like a submarine-looking ship. What the heck is that thing? Oh, we're getting a better view of it now. We're probably just not LOD loading it all quite in. If it got closer, then maybe. It looks so cool, though. He's kind of doing a sideways thing here now, but yeah, we're probably not seeing quite the full view of the ship, so you know, it's quite a distance away. But obviously, this game is in beta, so I'm just going to warn you that things will get better. They will improve. It gets better every time. I'm going to let you in a secret. Hopefully, it's not breaching anything, because I think I saw a video on this. So, Novacork, if you see this, I'm sorry. Anyways, and it's only talking. It's not, you know, visual. But anyways, when the game first launched in NDA, you know, or the backers here, when we first got on the server, it was the most beautiful sight ever. There was more performance issues, bugs, crashing, etc., etc. It was pre-alpha or something like that, obviously. But what was amazing was they started us on one far side of a bridge, I believe it was. And then all the players came running. They basically were logging on. And they were running to the biggest thing. It was like a big structure, basically. And it was beautiful. It was like the scene from The Island. If you've seen the movie The Island, weren't they a bunch of clones? Or what was that? I don't know. Maybe they weren't clones. I forget now. Or were they? No, they were birth. No, they had kids. I don't know. Maybe it was a different movie I'm mixing up. But it was The Island where they were underground and blah, blah, blah. And then they escape and they go and fight in the city and stuff like that. But anyways, there was a scene where they were running. A bunch of them were just running to freedom when they were escaping. And they had some music going and stuff like that. But it was literally that scene from that movie that was happening there. Anyways, I wanted to share that. It was so beautiful. But I want to just say from there to now, this game has gone through so many improvements, so many upgrades. It's just beyond beautiful. And this game is going to go through so much more. So keep in mind that the game is in beta. And that was kind of the point I wanted to make. It's in beta. And it's a real beta. There's going to be bugs. There's going to be problems. There's going to be crashes. There's going to be lag. There's going to be people crying and upset. But you know what?
Buildings in front of you are one of the
there you go.
district areas.
Okay, I didn't mean to activate the tutorial.
Contain all the facilities that you
but the game's going to get better. Trust me.
In particular, they host institutes where various tutorials are located. We will get back to that later.
Oh, okay.
Now, it's time to go and start preparing for your journey.
Okay.
Head downstairs and follow the waypoint.
I'm not double tapping
Continue
in W
down
again.
and get close to the screen.
That was
Marked
insane.
with the green waypoint.
Okay. I love the elevator music. Now we need an elevator in the game.
Let's
Please
begin by looking at your tools. Tools are located
they got little
at the bottom
videos.
of the screen in the form of quick access slots. You can select them with the quick access keys. As you can see, the last slot is currently
Dog
empty.
permission.
We will now learn how to equip a new tool in that place. Approach the highlighted tool dispenser unit next to you.
Okay.
Dispensers are elements, which are objects you can deploy in the world. For example, chairs, windows, plants or doors are all elements. Very good. The dispenser just gave you a new
hit F
tool
on
that
it.
is now stored inside your inventory.
That sounds dirty.
The inventory contains everything you can carry around with you.
Open
Let's
your inventory.
open it by pressing the inventory key. The inventory is a central interface for managing everything you carry around with you. It contains items like tools, materials, elements, or blueprints. We will look into it in more detail through the various specialized tutorials.
I love the interface look.
For now, locate the repair tool that was just given to you, and simply drag and drop it into the Well done. Note that the inventory does not have an infinite capacity, it is restricted in volume. Thanks to the nanopack technology, this volume is pretty huge. Still, better keep an eye on the size of objects you store.
Okay,
Now,
cool.
simply close the inventory by pressing the close cross on the top right.
I'm gonna hit I.
Okay. We are now ready to continue downstairs.
Okay.
This time, we will need to use an elevator. Move
So
to the designated waypoint.
the first episode or two. Oh, is this?
Elevators are connected together via up and down links. Stepping onto an elevator and pressing the crouch key or the jump key will allow you to transfer to the next or previous elevator in the chain.
Oh, that's so
Welcome
cool.
to the main room. You can get back anytime by stepping on the same elevator and pressing the jump key to go up. In front of you is a miniature reproduction of the Ark ship. You can perhaps see the real Ark ship through the windows in the distance. Let's try to also
actually
find
do,
it on the
over
map.
there.
To open the map, press the map key.
Oh, that's so cool. I like that. The voxel thing here. What does this thing do? Saving humanity. Short before the destruction of Earth, the neutron star, humanity sent a few million pioneers through space on a giant Ark ships headed towards various promising destinations in the galaxy. Their task was simple: save your species. This is the Novark, the Ark ship that you embarked on. Our destination is the Scutum Centaurus Arm, is where Alieth, I can't say these words, will be ideal place for us to start anew. Time has come for you, brave pioneer, to continue the journey of mankind and rebuild our civilization. Does this mean I get to have sex with women in this game? Cool. Okay, so what were we supposed to do? I got distracted. Open the map. M key, maybe?
This is
Yes.
Alioth, the planet on which you
Alia?
currently stand. You can rotate
Alia-
the planet by
Alioth?
clicking and dragging it with the mouse.
I want her.
You can also
Say it
zoom
again.
in and out with the mouse wheel. Each of these tiles is a territory you can claim. Tiles in red are already claimed. Tiles in purple are non-claimable, and mostly exist around the Ark ship. The
Oh,
Ark ship is represented by a small icon in the center of the purple tiles area. At any time, you can center onto your position on the map by pressing the center icon on the top left.
so this
Try it
goes
now.
to us.
You can
Yeah.
also mark any place on the surface of the planet to create a waypoint. Waypoints are displayed in your HUD so that they are easy to track. To set a waypoint, simply right-click on a point on the map and select Set as Destination. Very good. There are still many areas on the map that you will learn to use over time. For example, the selector area here allows you to list your constructs, review bookmarks, and see any available warp beacons or other points
That is
of
so
interest.
cool.
In the lower right corner, you can find the list of current objectives in a tutorial, usually with hints on how to achieve them.
Okay.
For now, let's just close the map. You may have seen on the map that certain territory tiles are claimed. To claim a tile, you must deploy a territory unit on the ground. As you can see, it's quite huge. Once a territory unit is deployed onto a tile, this tile belongs to you.
That's pretty cool
It means
looking.
you can start to build constructs on it. You can decide who holds rights to dig the ground, and whom else can also build next to you. Territory units are quite expensive and will probably not be the first thing you deploy on Alioth. Instead, we have a much better way to let you grab a piece of land. Let's discover this now. Follow the waypoint
really cool.
behind you to the elevator on the end of the room and move up. This
I
will take us to the
didn't-
observatory.
Oh, here it is. Ooh, that moves so fast. There you go.
Welcome to the observatory.
Well, thank you.
From here, you should be able to see Alioth's moons in the sky. One of them is a very special moon, called a sanctuary moon. We will explain what that means,
Oh, here.
but first, let's try to locate it. Let's open the map again by pressing the map key.
But I found it, probably. F4.
The map also contains a solar system view. Click on the System tab to open it. Here you can see all the planets currently accessible in the system. Select Alioth, the planet where you currently are located, by
Alioth.
clicking on it.
Okay.
As you can see, Alioth has 3 moons. One of them looks a bit like a twin of Alioth and is marked with a small shield icon. This is the Sanctuary Twin Moon, or the Twin for short.
Oh, okay.
Select it by clicking on it. Excellent. Now, let's click the Set Destination button to get a visible good. Now, before we leave, let's have a look at the surface. This twin moon, just like Alioth or any other planet, is also covered with tiles that you can claim. A sanctuary moon is a moon where no combat will ever occur, as it is a safe zone.
Cool.
This means that every territory you claim will remain yours forever, and nobody can take your belongings or build anything
So,
there.
it looks like a lot of people
without
claimed everything around them.
This is a great way to create a safe haven to store your valuables and build your home. Getting to a sanctuary moon and claim a tile should be your first goal in Dual Universe.
Oh, okay.
You can claim only one tile on a sanctuary moon, and you will need a special sanctuary territory unit for that purpose. Let's go and get one. It's free for all new Novians.
Novians.
Notice how the sanctuary twin moon is now identified by the waypoint in the sky.
Ah.
There is a shuttle service, which we will introduce at the end of this tutorial, that can bring you there. Now, let's get your sanctuary Fantastic. Now that you are equipped with your territory unit, let's get back to. Now is the time to present the key pillar activities that are available for Novians. Each of these will be presented here quickly, and you will later be able to discover more about them via the Institute's and
Whoa,
their
that's
dedicated
cool.
tutorials. Let's head to the mining station first. Follow the waypoint towards the downstairs platform.
Whoa, these are
Mining is
different
one of the
ores, I
primary
guess.
activities. This is how you acquire raw materials, if you don't simply buy them on the markets. Those materials are located either on the planet's surface, or they can be buried kilometers deep underground. Surface materials have a low value, while more valuable materials, from level 1 to level 5, are found deeper.
Cool.
As is often the case, to access the surface mining activity, you will need a tool. Here is the Harvest tool, which is highlighted in the toolbar below. Pointing at harvestable elements on the surface and clicking on them, while the Harvest tool is equipped, will allow you to collect them. Press the Quick Access key for this tool to equip it, usually the first in the toolbar, but it can be any number corresponding to the equipped slot number.
Okay.
Great. Unfortunately, there are no surface harvestable elements here. To begin mining deep underground, you will need a way to scan for available materials in a large radius. This is the job of the scanner tool, highlighted here. Once in
That's
close
cool.
range, the directional detector will help you pinpoint the location of the material. Finally, to collect the found material, or simply to dig your way down, you will use the mining tool, highlighted just below. You'll learn more about this in the interactive mining tutorial, located inside the Mining Institute.
Ooh.
Now, let's talk about the markets. Get close to the waypoint.
Okay. Where's the waypoint, though? Oh, I think that's... No. That's a player. I'm like, where's the waypoint? It goes to a player. So we gotta find where the market... Oh, this is it right there. The green was blended in for me.
Markets are an essential part of Novian life. This is where you can sell the materials you mine, but also buy anything that you might need. Markets are physically located in the world. They are accessible either via market pod units, like the one in front of you, or via the integrated nanomarket interface. The nanomarket interface allows you to browse markets at a distance, but cannot help you to deposit or recover items that are traded. For that, you will need to directly interact with a market pod.
Okay.
Very quickly, let's have a look at what the nanomarket interface looks like. To open it, press the nanomarket key.
Oh, and the nanomarket key. Does it actually say the nano? Basic controls. Okay, so we can hide that anytime, by the way. It doesn't actually tell you the key for it, does it? But if we hit F1, I think we can hit, oh, it's J, I guess?
You can search for a particular item that you would like to trade by using these search boxes. Nitron is a fuel you will often use and frequently buy. Type nitron in the search box to get access to the nitron markets.
Not
you can see the
mitron,
market
nitro?
orders for nitron. These are all the intentions to buy or sell nitron by other players on various markets in the solar system. You can pick the cheapest or the nearest offer, depending on your priorities.
Okay.
You can also create your own buy or sell orders, or let the system pick the best offer for you. We will look into this at the end of this tutorial, when we will buy nitron for your speeder vehicle.
Ooh.
For now, let's close the nanomarket interface. Okay. Let's now have a look at another important activity, industry.
What's this thing?
Go to the industry station. In front of
Ooh.
you is an assembly line, one of the many industry unit elements in the game, which includes things like chemical reactors, glass furnaces, refineries, or smelters. Each industry unit type is specialized through certain types of recipes. The
That's pretty
assembly
cool.
line can take ingredients in an entry container, like the one here on the left, and then run a recipe to craft elements. The elements are stored in the exit container, as seen here on the right, that can be chained as an entry container for another industry unit. To select the recipe, there is an industry unit interface that you will learn about in the dedicated industry tutorial, inside the Industry Institute.
That's awesome.
Thankfully, entry-level recipes for simple products can be run without an industry unit. For that, you can use your integrated nanocrafter. Before we open the nanocrafter, let's get some ingredients we will need from the nearby dispenser. Approach the dispenser, and press the activate key.
Whereabouts is the, here's the fun part. Oh, it's right there. Oh, the shining one here. Okay.
Excellent. Now, let's open the nanocrafter by pressing the nanocrafter key. We are going to craft some fuel.
I wish it would tell you the key. So, what is the nanocrafter? Guess crafting, K.
Great. This interface allows you to pick a recipe and run it in the background to produce simple products. On the left is a selection area to pick a recipe.
Okay.
You currently have just a few ingredients, which allow a limited set of recipes to... Excellent. Now, let's click on Nitron Fuel. The panel that appeared shows you the necessary ingredients, which you just retrieved from the dispenser.
You have exactly enough.
It also offers the possibility to add this crafting job to the queue. Simply click on Add to Queue to... Fantastic. As you can see, your job is now in the queue and you will have a batch of nitron ready in a few seconds. That will be all for this short introduction. There is of course more to know, and you can go to the Industry Institute to go through the specialized tutorials. For now, let's close this window. Okay, now let's learn about building, and how you can use all these materials and elements. This bizarre construction in front of you is called a construct. It is a mix of deployed voxel materials used to sculpt a shape, and deployed elements to make it functional. The first element you deploy to create a construct is a core unit, as highlighted here. It will create a building zone, within which you will be allowed to build.
Oh, that's cool.
Core units come in different sizes, and also specializations. Static core units are for ground buildings, dynamic core units are for ships or anything that moves, and space core unit are for space stations. Once you have created your building zone, you can start to deploy matter, as voxel honeycomb materials, or voxels for short. You have a large palette of tools and materials to help you sculpt absolutely anything you like, regardless of shape or complexity.
That's cool.
Finally, you can add elements to your construct, in the form of engines, doors, lights, fuel tanks, or any of the hundreds of available elements that provide functionality to your builds. Building is a vast subject. It is advised to go through the various building tutorials located inside the Building Institute. Note that the building you are currently in, as well as all the other buildings outside, are entirely made with the in-game building tools. Also, some of the cool constructs you can build not only include static buildings, but also space or atmospheric ships. Let's have a look at this now. Follow the waypoint. This is a surface speeder, a very basic ground atmospheric vehicle that is both convenient and cheap to build, and allows you to move around planet surfaces. You'll be gifted one at the end of this tutorial.
Cool.
Everything in this speeder is functional and plays a role in making it work. Let's quickly review the different elements that it's composed of.
Okay.
Here are the hover engines, which help the speeder float above the ground.
Yeah.
These extra small atmospheric engines are used for propulsion and moving forward.
Oh, okay.
They require fuel, taken from this atmospheric fuel tank.
Oh, and that's where we put our
Adjusters
nitro?
are small elements used to create rotational forces and help balance your ship.
Oh.
You also need brakes to be able to slow down.
So those are called adjusters? These are
And
brakes?
finally, you need a piloting seat to be able to fly it.
What about the core? What about the
Activating
core?
This piloting seat activates the ship, which is how you take control of it. All these elements are orchestrated via a Lua script that is generated automatically for you. But you can also modify it via a right-click menu on the piloting seat to
Oh, I'd
create
screw that up.
absolutely any kind of control you like.
That's cool.
Note that piloting in the atmosphere of a planet or in outer space can be very different, and involves different types of engines and design. Gravity may ground you if you have a heavy cargo on a high-gravity planet, while it won't matter in the darkness of space. In Dual Universe, piloting is an art, a subtle interplay between your piloting skills and the craftsmanship of the ship designer. You can learn more about piloting in the dedicated tutorials in the Piloting Institute.
Cool.
Piloting is not only about navigating your ship, but will often also involve combat. Look up at the fighter above your head. I've highlighted the weapons that are equipped on this small ship. There are many more types of weapons, ammunition, and damage types. Each has a specific role. This is a small fighter, but you can also build giant battleships with a crew of hundreds of people, each assigned to a particular task. There is much more to discover about combat, so you should definitely visit the Military Institute to know more.
Hundreds. Holy crap.
Now, let's go to the last station and learn about organizations.
Is this what
Follow
this is?
the waypoint. Organizations are a fundamental part of your social
I love
life
the
as
gold.
a Novian. They are groups that you can join, covering things like nations, corporations, alliances, or even group of pirates. Let's have a quick look at the organization interface.
I have
Open
3.
it by pressing the organization. As you can expect, you are not part of any organization yet. Let's click the search button to find out what are the currently existing organizations. You can search through this list. To apply for an organization, you need to open its details page. Click on the name of any of the listed organizations to open its details page.
So this is the biggest one in here. It's huge.
In this window, you can see a summary of relevant information regarding this organization. This area will allow you to apply to join this organization, along with a place to write a quick introduction to go along with it. Joining an organization can be a considerable boost for your new life as a Novian. Choose wisely. You can, of course, also decide to create your organization from scratch, even if this is a little bit more advanced. For example, managing an organization involves legates and members, rules, voting, and management of rights. This is something you will
500,000.
discover later. You can now close the organization interface. Excellent. You have covered the basics. Now, let's move to the next step and talk about talents. Follow the waypoint.
Where are we going? Over here. Over here. Let's double tap this. Woo! Oh.
To start with, let's open the talent window by pressing the talent key.
Oh, see, that's where it doesn't tell you the talent key, so we got to figure that out. F2.
Talents define your character abilities. They are grouped into categories that are displayed all around your avatar in this window. Here, for example, is the mining and inventory group.
I didn't realize there were so
Click
many
on
different ones. So I'm going to let you know I started this. I logged in and started this a few days ago and just clicked on mining like that. But I didn't realize it was so detailed. I thought it was
Excellent.
just this.
Now, look
But
on
now
the
I
left
realized
at the
that was
list
just a
of
submenu.
categories that correspond to this group. Each category hosts several talents. Finally, select the nanopack. Very good. Talents can be upgraded from level 1 up to level 5 by spending talent points in increasing quantities. Each level acquired provides a boost to a certain characteristic, described just below its name. For example, here the nanopack upgrades helps to increase the size of the inventory by 200 liters for each talent level acquired.
That's cool.
The amount of talent points you currently have is displayed in the upper part of the screen. Talent points automatically accumulate, even when you are offline, at a slow rate, shown here. To consume points to instantly train a particular talent, you could simply use the Invest Points button I just highlighted, assuming you have enough points for the talent you are aiming for.
Oh, okay.
Most
So you build
of the
them up.
time, you have very little accumulated points, because the rate of accumulation is slow. Instead, you can decide to queue a talent, and enter an active learning phase, which considerably boosts the talent point acquisition rate. Let's train the first level of the nanopack upgrades talent. Press the Queue Talent button.
Okay.
As you can see, the selected talent now displays in the queue. You can queue several talents to train one after the other. Note that dependencies between talents might exist, and you should train talents in the right order.
Oh, that's cool. You can move them around.
See how the acquisition rate is much faster during active learning, when a talent is in a queue. Acquired points are immediately assigned to the talent which is currently being trained. It is a good practice to always have several talents scheduled in the queue, to be able to train them without interruption. Note that talents also train when you are offline. So, make sure to always have a filled queue that spans a long duration. If the queue ends when you are not online, you will fall back to the slow talent point accumulation rate.
Oh, okay.
Take your time to review the existing talents, and think about how you want to plan them out.
So
There is
many
no
of
rule
them.
of thumb here. You can become hyper-specialized, or decide to be a jack of all trades.
So I went into mining for fun, right? You
When
know,
you're ready,
because
you
I
can
thought
close
mining
the
would be
talent
important, so I put
window.
some in mining range, advanced mining, maximum mining sphere. So your sphere, I guess, when you mine is bigger, so it's just more you get at a time. Mining operation, -5% time to mining tool, max sphere. Scanning upgrade, 40-meter scanning range, and the detector upgrade. And now when they say 5, I believe that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Like, it works that way. So the more you have, obviously, the better it is. I don't know if they show you the total anywhere like that. That's maybe not, unfortunately. That would be kind of cool, though. But I didn't realize there... Oh, yeah, so Terraformer... So this is all under mining. So like I thought this was all like the talents completely, but that's just mining in inventory.
At this point, you might be confused by the vast
Wow.
number of interfaces and their various shortcuts. Thankfully, you don't have to remember all that. Let's enter into free mouse mode by pressing the free mouse key.
You didn't tell me the free mouse key
The
tab.
menu on the left
Yes.
gathers all the quick accesses to the available interfaces. And since your mouse is now free, you can simply click on
So it's
them.
tab.
Note that you
Okay.
can also select the tools in your toolbar, and generally interact with many more menus and options in this mode.
Oh, cool.
One example is the notification icon in the lower right part of the screen, which you can now access.
Oh, look at...
Now is also a
So all
good
this
time
stuff
to
I've
learn
done.
about the Codex, which is a general written tutorial about the game. It can be spawned with the Codex key, but you also have access to the
There's
windowed
no
Codex.
Codex key
that
set, it
creates
looks
a
like.
window you can resize and
Or it's
move.
missing because it's so
Click on the
long.
windowed Codex button. You can browse the many topics in the
Oh,
selection
sorry, there's that
menu
one.
here. Normally when you leave the free math mode, temporary windows are closed, but not the windowed codex. So it can be helpful to pin some help content on the side while you play the game.
Oh, look at all the information
For
here.
now, we are going to close this window, as we will need the screen space for the remainder of this tutorial. Simply click again on the windowed codex. As we are talking about help, let me mention hints.
Okay.
Hints will appear regularly on the right during the game, depending on your actions, to give you some help. I've triggered a hint for you right now. You can review them later from the hint window, or simply
cool.
by pressing the hint key, so you will never miss one.
Okay.
You can now close the free mouse mode and return to the 3D view. Now, it's time to discover a really fun activity that is available to you right from the start. Let's go through the large exits, down the stairs, to the waypoint.
Is that the activity? The large exits?
Welcome to the surrogate VR stations.
Oh, I heard about
These
this.
stations can be used to enter a VR session to control a remote robot in telepresence. This is a fantastic way to discover locations and familiarize yourself with the game, perhaps even visit a large organization headquarters, or simply play tourist in extraordinary places. You first enter into a VR stations like this one by activating it.
Okay. So
You can then select a destination site, among those that are public and are made accessible to you. You take control of a robot that awaits in a distant pod. Anyone can deploy a pod in their construct and make it public, so that
that's so
visitors
cool.
can arrive. As a robot, your capacities are limited, however, so this is just a way to visit an area remotely, as opposed to teleporting there directly. These are fake stations, you cannot use them. But I will show you the real one on the way out, a bit later.
I get
One
excited.
last thing, you may have noticed those buttons with a question mark on them. They are info buttons. They are placed in front of points of interest and you can press on them to display an informational message.
Oh, okay.
Try it now, and activate this
Yeah,
button.
we already did that with the thing, yeah. So there you go. Okay, I like that. Now, obviously, they only do that here, but, it's actually broken, I think. Let's try this one.
Great.
There you go.
Info buttons close themselves automatically, but you can also force them out with the cancel key. Another powerful way to discover things by yourself in Dual Universe is to use the helper system. Simply point at anything in the world, or in the user interface, and press the helper key. Try it now on something in the world around you.
You didn't show me a helper key, you butt.
Good, let's continue.
H.
The next
I'm good at
important
guessing
thing to
them, at
learn about
least.
is the notion of rights. Everything you own can be shared with others, but it is by default only accessible to you. For example, try to deactivate the highlighted force field on the left. You can do it by pointing at it and pressing the interaction. You received an action forbidden message, telling you that the owner of this element did not share it with you. This is actually how you can make your construct secure against intruders. Now, in the same way, try to activate the left button that controls the light above. Again, the right to activate has not been given to you.
You're a jerk.
Now instead, try to activate the button on the right. As you can see, this time it worked. You can control the light by pressing this button. To set up an element's rights in a simple way, you can use the right-click menu on an element. Here, you can access the Share Element, or Share Construct options, in the Construct submenu, which will allow you to grant rights to others. You
Cool.
can now close this menu by pressing the Escape key. A much more complex system is available for advanced players that allows for fine-tuned rights control, in particular for organizations. You can share whole constructs, manage specific types of rights, and create groups of players with certain abilities. But this is way beyond the scope of this introduction. You should try the rights management tutorial instead.
That's awesome. I got a tutorial for that.
Simply deactivate the force field on your right by pointing at it and pressing the interaction key. Don't worry, I have given you the proper rights.
But There must be, or maybe you could do it on here.
Very good.
Oh, yeah, it wants you
Now,
to do it on the
let's
force
continue
field.
our visit and go down to the lower level, using the elevator at the end of the room.
This one or a different one? I'm just gonna guess this one.
On both sides of this corridor, you will find resurrection nodes. Drawing on the consequences of the Everett interpretation of quantum mechanics, we were able to design a technology which preserves your state of consciousness across multiple realities.
That's
we
cool.
control the multiverse in order to branch you onto a version of reality where you happen to respawn here on one of these platforms whenever you die. So, you cannot really die. There is always a version of the universe in the multiverse where you wake up here.
Thermal
Beware that when you
protection?
die,
That's so cool.
your inventory will not be preserved, so don't take death too lightly. It's important to know that you can craft or buy your own resurrection nodes. You can then install them in your ship or in your home.
Oh, that's
When
cool.
respawning, you will always appear at the nearest active resurrection node, so in general you don't have to always get back to this room. Alright, so we are now almost ready to exit the starting hub. The last step is about collecting on both sides of this room are demonstration versions of two of the most popular UEF hovercraft speeders. These ground vehicles are extremely efficient to quickly navigate the surface of a planet, and you will need one during the first steps of your journey. Distances are real, and transportation is a necessity. One way to acquire these speeders is to get a blueprint and to run it. Each of the highlighted dispenser will grant you the blueprint of the speeder next to them.
Huh.
Go get one of them by activating the dispenser. You can pick the one you prefer, or take them both. To run a blueprint,
There you go.
you can simply double-click on it while it's in your inventory, to deploy it into the world. You will be guided by the ghost bounding box that will appear. We will do that later. Another requirement to be able to deploy a blueprint is that you possess all its necessary components, materials and elements. The dispenser in front of you contains everything needed to be able to deploy one speeder. Go to the dispenser. Now, don't deploy your blueprint right away, you may need to do that later on a sanctuary moon. But keep it in your inventory, it will soon come handy.
That's good.
Blueprints can also be created by you, when you've built a construct and want to save a copy of it for yourself. You can of course also use it to mass produce your creations and to sell them. Blueprints are like intellectual property, and can become very precious indeed. That being said, this concludes the starting hub portion. Look around you, this room is also a sort of small museum showing many elements and materials that you may want to learn about. Simply press on the info buttons, or use the helper key to know more about each element on display.
Cool.
When you are finished, you can exit through the front door, which is now open.
That's cool. So yeah, you got your different, I mean, obviously you can click here and see what this is about, and there you go, it talks about it. Very cool. What's over here? Oh, the core unit. So we knew about that. Oh, here's all the speeder elements. So what's the fins about? Wings. Provide atmospheric lift. Oh, so they do have an option. This is your fuel tank, if I recall. This was... Is this like RTS, but it had a different name? Adjusters. Rotation of the ship on the axis. Okay, yeah. Don't require fuel to operate, but must be placed. Okay. And this was... I think this is the engine, right? Yeah, atmospheric engines to make you go forward. And this was, I believe, the brake. Yeah, the air brakes. This was the hover component to lift you up. Yeah, hover engine. Over ground or water. This is obviously the pilot seat. And then this one. Oh, it's a switch. Actually, I don't know what that one was. Headlights. Oh, okay. Yeah, they didn't talk about that one. So you had to guess, I guess, on that one. Very cool. Okay, and what's this one? Honeycomb materials. I've heard of honeycombs. What are those? A lightweight construction material. While hollow, they retain their strength and other properties shown in honeycomb materials are used to build. Oh, okay. I've heard something about honeycomb before. I don't know what the heck that means, though. So, in this concept or in this, usage, anyways. I sprint too much, don't I? These garbage cans. Let's see if it says a trash can. Elements are basic building blocks of your constructions. Cool.
Welcome to the outside world.
And there's the outside
In front
world.
of you is a large parking area where many ships come and go, mostly to get to the nearby market. Let's actually go on the other side, where we will find the market and the institutes. Follow the waypoint ahead of you.
We're just bouncing here.
You can run by pressing the run modifier, but you can also sprint at great speed by hovering above the ground thanks to your jetpack. Simply double tap the forward key. Try it now. Very good.
It's like we're already here.
Now, let's walk to the other side.
What's
of the
going on over
parking
here?
lot. Great, we are now at the district's market. Let's actually use it to buy a bit more fuel for our speeder. Head towards the waypoint and activate a market pod.
Okay, so we're gonna go to one of these market pods, huh?
This market pod interface is very similar to the nanomarket interface we have already seen. There are, however, some key differences, which we will get to shortly. For now, let's search for nitron fuel by typing nitron in the upper search box. Here again, you can see the different market orders for nitron fuel, with the current market's name appearing in orange. Since there are sell orders on this market for nitron, you will be able to go through the simplified instant buy option. Instant buy will pick the best offer on the market where you currently are, and is a very good method for beginners to easily buy something. Simply click on the local instant buy button to start buying nitron. Now, enter a quantity here, like 10 liters. When you are ready, simply confirm your purchase with the confirm button. Congratulations! You just acquired nitron.
Woo!
However, it will not go directly into your inventory. Instead, like anything you buy on a given market, it is stored inside the market container, waiting for you. On the left side is your current inventory.
I don't remember having all
right
that.
side is
Holy
the
crap.
market container's contents. Here you can see the nitron you just purchased. Note that if you want to put a sell order on something, you can simply drag and drop it from your inventory to the market container. A quicker option is to use the local instant sell window, that will try to get you the best price on offer on the local market.
That's cool. You can hover and get more
Now,
information
to
on how to
receive your
use
fuel,
shortcuts.
simply drag and drop the nitron from the market container to your inventory.
Uh-oh. Let's just buy more nitron. Nitron, right? Yeah. There we go. We'll just do it again.
Great. You are now an accomplished trader.
Thank you.
When you are ready, you can close the market interface by clicking on the highlighted button.
I think it was... What was it? How do you do this? Double quick equip, multiple drag and drop, instant sell, create. Okay, move to. Okay, I just seen other shortcuts, right? So we got 200. I needed to even that out, right?
Before we go to the Institute Plaza, let's have a look at the connected surrogate VR station just behind you. Follow the I invite you to come back here at the end of this tutorial and activate any of these surrogate VR stations.
Okay, this one right here.
You will be presented with a list of incredible sites to visit anywhere in Dual Universe through a remote-controlled robot. You can sort them by the number of recent visitors to see the most popular first. This is a great way to discover what is possible in Dual Universe.
So cool.
Let's now go in the direction of the plaza, but follow the waypoint to the district teleporters first.
Oh, local teleporters? That's cool. Market teleporters.
In front of you are teleporters that grant you instant access to any of the 10 districts that are placed around the park ship. Each of these districts is identical to the one you are currently in, but Novians will start the game in any one of them at random.
Oh, there's 10 of them.
You can use these teleporters to quickly reach for a particular market, or to meet with friends on another district. Now, let's follow the waypoint to one of the most important places of this district, the Institute Plaza, just at the... In front of you is a map of the plaza.
Oh, that's so cool.
With the different institutes around. There is an institute for each core activity in the game. Go and visit them after we are done. They are fantastic ways to discover the many possibilities that are offered to you. Also, each of them hosts teleporters to interactive tutorials for activities like mining, piloting, building, market operations,
So much to learn, I love it.
industry, etc. Note that this district is not unique. As we saw just before, there are 10 similar districts spread in close proximity to the Ark ship. We have visited the teleporters available between them and available near the market for convenience. Each Alioth district is also paired with a similar district on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. So, you will find plenty of opportunities to get back to the institutes and tutorials wherever you are.
Oh, nice.
Finally, let's get to the last step of our introduction, the Twin Moon Shuttle Service. Follow the waypoint. Now, make a left turn and follow the waypoint again.
Oh, here it is.
Here we are. In front of you is a button that you will be able to use to call for a free Sanctuary Moon Shuttle service. This shuttle will connect you to a similar district on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. I will guide you to get there as soon as this introduction is over, and claim a tile for yourself, using the Sanctuary Territory unit you collected earlier. Let's take a look at the shuttle, which is on your right. At this stage, you may not want to deploy your speeder blueprint. If you do it here, on Alioth, you will have to dismantle it before you can pocket it and eventually redeploy it again on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. To learn how to dismantle a speeder, you should go to the building tutorial in the Building Institute. You should rather keep your blueprint ready to deploy when you are on the Sanctuary Twin Moon, where you will undoubtedly need it to travel to a free tile before claiming it.
Sounds good.
Remember, to deploy your speeder blueprint, simply double-click on it in your inventory.
Oops. Oh.
Alright.
Oh, that was
That's
cool.
it. You should now be prepared for the incredible adventure ahead of you. I will always be near you to help.
I'm
if you
on their
need.
deck here or
Remember
something.
to visit the tutorials, discover the beauty of
Whee!
the world with surrogate stations, and learn more about Dual Universe via the Codex and the Institutes.
Awesome.
Just one more thing. I'll put some broad objectives for you in the upper left of the screen. These are suggestions of milestones to follow to properly build up your experience in Dual Universe, and they are very much recommended. Feel free to follow these at any time you feel ready, or to bypass them entirely. Check the objectives section of the map for more details on how to complete these objectives. From now on, I'll be much less directive with you on how to do things. The first of these milestones is for you to reach the Sanctuary Twin Moon. You can use the shuttle service right next to you. Safe travel, Novian. I'll see you there.
Awesome. Look at that. If she actually truly shuts up, we will have completed this episode, and obviously we have a lot more to learn, and we're going to learn it. But I do think, camera mode. When piloting a ship, blah, 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 hold the Alt key to be able to look around. Oh, cool. But yeah, I think... What the frig? Does this show, like... Is there a way to see pilot? Owner. Oh. Marf Tech something. Okay. So he looks like he took a ship and just put a pilot, a container on it. It looks like there's nothing left on this one. That's cool. This thing looks neat, whatever the hell it is. Pretty sure that's player owned, maybe? Not? Oh, wait, it does have a thing when you load stone. Looks like you don't have permission for this element. It looks like you might normally have something here enabled, maybe a screen or something. I'm not sure. Looks really cool. Alien-like. So a lot of these are going to probably be the basic speeders, right? But pretty cool. Performance is actually way more impressive than I thought. Thought it would be a lot leggier and stuff like that. So, obviously I'm getting some FPS hits here and there. But man, it's pretty damn good. So I'm impressed with all the constructs and everything running here. It's pretty incredible. Oh, look at this ship. It's so kind of like sharp alien look. It doesn't even look bad because of its unique sharpness to it. I like that. That is so cool. This one looks like it's falling apart. And here's a larger looking ship here. Hello. It's actually really big compared to what I thought it was, to be fair. So some people can give you permissions to do certain things on ships, obviously. These probably have no options, but that's kind of cool. Be fun to, you know, offer, like, will allow people to open a container and, you know, they can put stuff in it. And then let's check this out quickly, because this one, I don't know if this is part of this sanctuary. I guess it is. It's just, don't they have shops over there? So I'm a little confused on that. Let's check the map here. No, it's part of... Yeah, I guess it is part of it. Well, that's a cool thing. Oh, so this is where you can buy ships. Oh, so this is... Oh, I see. So the one we saw, more likely the player didn't design it themselves. They just bought it from here, but... This is like a weird one. It's like a glider, dragonfly. So you can look at it somewhere here. I don't know where. Oh, here's some stuff here. Oh, they have prices on here. So I know there's a buy and sell system in here. I just don't know how it all works yet. But 4,290 credits. Unfortunately, some of these screens aren't turning on properly, or maybe they're sold out, or maybe it's bugged. So what happens if I click this? Price one batch, blah blah blah. No. So I wonder if players can set this up as well, or if it's only for, you know, if it's only per, like the admins can only do this right now. I think there's a system though. What happens is a player can sell you a construct key. So let's just say this is owned by a player. I believe a player themselves can go ahead and give you like a key from this, and basically they hand it to you and then you can activate it and then you own that construct, from my understanding. But this is really cool anyways. I've been really enjoyed this so far. I do apologize the tutorial is long, but it's a let's play, and you know, I wanted to check out the tutorial. I think that's important, and we did, and so that's, you know, how it works. But I think a container relay, huh? Oh, what the? It's like a draw pod or something? What the frig? I don't know what it is. It's creepy. But anyways, my friends, that definitely was worthwhile checking out anyways. So yeah, Dual Universe in beta right now. Definitely get it. If you know somebody who's backed the game and they have like a backer or whatever key and whatnot, you can play it for free, like a friend. If they bought the game, they can give it to you, and they're limited. Like they might only get one or two. But the other option of getting it is you get it from their site. I believe you can buy it right away, kind of thing. But you don't buy the full game. It is the full game, but you don't buy like a $50 game. Instead, you just subscribe to help pay for the cost of the server, and they're really cheap. It's like, I believe, $6.99 American in Europe and things like that. So it's not like the price of a World of Warcraft subscription. It's a lot less, which I think is really, really cool. So that way you help the developers, and you can come in and check things out, meet new people, make friends, things like that. So either way, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.